These are by Tattered Angels, and on the back you can see all of the different designs that come in here. Some of them are fairly big, actually most of them are. The one that I'm going to be using today, you can see, is pretty big. And you're just going to start out with a blank clipboard. And whatever design you choose, you're just going to lay it down. And for this project, I decided to go with suede, just because it is a very awesome color. We had a lot of feedback from this at CHA as well, and it actually just looks like suede. It's very fun. So you're just going to get it good and mixed up to make sure that all of the glimmer that sits at the bottom is not sitting at the bottom anymore. Then you're going to take, and the way that I sprayed my board before was I kind of started pointing at the middle and let it just kind of go out to the sides so that it almost has like a sun ray effect. And I also have another trick that I'm going to show you that I did after the fact, because sometimes you're going to have some blunt lines where it just kind of stops, so you can get rid of that. So don't worry about that. So just take and point from the middle going out and just start spraying all around. And you can see it just kind of fades into the wood. And that's why I chose this color, because I kind of wanted it to look like it was already there and not a huge contrast. And then before I picked it up, you can see there's like tons of this gathered up on the screen, and I hadn't ever used it before, so I was scared that it might come up and mess up my design. So I'm just going to take a paper towel and just lightly press and get all of that excess off. And what's really awesome about this is you can see how the glimmer sits in certain spots, and it looks like gold speckles. Let me get this in. Pick up your screen, and there are spots where it bleeds through because I used so much, but I actually liked that so that the design isn't so blunt. And take our heating tool, I actually went over the board that I did. I sanded the whole entire board so that it just looked really rugged. But for this, I'm just going to show you how I took and used this sandpaper. I'm not too sure how well it's going to show up on camera, but you just kind of work your way out, and it really gives these like rays coming out from the design. Now that our board is sanded, I just wanted to show you another tip with working with the glimmer screens, that you don't necessarily have to use it with glimmer mist, even though that's what they're for. You can use it just like a Tim Holtz mask and go over it, which I actually did on my board as well, on a separate piece of paper. Just use some ink of your choice. I'm using the Fired Brick Distress ink. And then just go over the screen completely. This is a butterfly, and if you accidentally move it, it is easy to match back up. And now you have a butterfly. Isn't that awesome? All right, and now I'm just going to show you this new glue, which is awesome. I already have my paper cut out, which, by the way, I want to mention also that I sanded this paper. This is the same paper I used on the back of mine, and I used the sander. It was awesome. Like, really almost changed the paper completely. couple people thought that the paper came like this. So you can really see how cool you can make things with that sander. So now I have my paper sanded and I just want to apply it to the back. So I'm going to use this new spray, Crafter's Companion. And you can either spray the board or the paper. In this case, I'm just going to spray the paper so that I don't have the glue all over my board. And this way, you're not going to have any of those bubbles where it's not sticking in the middle. And just lay it down. And it's done. I don't think I've ever glued anything that fast before. And for this piece, I'm going to show you this also because I want to show you the spray sealant. Use the glue first. That glue is really nice for like these, when you have a paper, it's not just a solid piece of paper, you have these little pieces that don't usually stick down very well. You can see they're just going right down. And then instead of cutting these off, I decided to fold them over and have them coming to the front, which actually meets up perfectly with my Glimmer screen. And now that I have everything on, I am going to use the spray and seal. And this is just going to make sure that everything stays together, both layers. So I have everything sprayed and sealed, and I just wanted to mention that whenever I put this canvas on, it's like a very thick material, this word Inspire. I actually put little Tim Holtz tiny attacher staples in there to make it look like I had put it on with staples, but really I used this spray glue and it like held instantly. It was amazing. Usually certain materials are very hard to find glues except for like hot glue or something like that. So I was very happy with that. And I just wanted to say that, let's see here. Here's another one that we have done before in the past. And this is more of a traditional clipboard that you would be able to actually use it for its purpose. And just simply using some paper of your choice, and we used some decoupage on this actually to really get it good and coated. And on the back here you can see Coach 2010. This is for a coach, which would really be a really fun idea to do for your coach, or if your kid is in basketball or something like that. Anyways, so that is an idea for you. Or if you wanted to do something that's totally out of the ordinary and do like an inspiration board like I did. Either way, I'm sure you can find something fun to make your clipboard. And I hope you enjoyed this project, and I'll see you next time.